Hello everyone, we are going to present the state of Guerrero. We are Mabel Mar, Jania Lopez, Montserrat Cabrera, Miroslav Hernández, Daniel Olivares, and Roberto Rodriguez. Now, let's see what this state has to offer.
The capital of Guerrero is Chilpancingo de los Bravo. It has 81 cities and the most known is Acapulco, Zihuatanejo, and Iguala de la Independencia. It has borders with Oaxaca, Puebla, Morelos, Michoacán, and Mexico State. The regional divisions are Acapulco, Costa Chica, Región Centro, La Montaña, Sierras del Norte, and Tierra Caliente. The overseas territories are Costa Grande with 27.19% of the state surface and Costa Chica/Rio Verde with 19.5% of the state surface. Some places of interest are La Quebrada, Zócalo de Taxco, Mural de Diego Rivera, Punta Diamante, Teleférico de Taxco, and La Catedral. The most common transportation is the cab service and las combis.
Guerrero is a famous tourist center between travelers around the world, since it has a variety of landscapes, culture, and gastronomy. Guerrero stands out for its tropical environment and has one of the most famous hotel infrastructure, restaurants, shopping centers, and lots of sport activities, for example, La Quebrada, that we can find in Acapulco. The animal that attracts more the attention of tourists is the jaguar, that we can find in the Sierra of Chilpancingo. The endangered animals are the jaguar, tecolotito, ocelote, bear anther, venado cola blanca, and the triguillo. Guerrero has 13 types of vegetation because of the various climates it has. We can see palm groves, mangrove swamp, and forest. Therefore, in each one we can see in forest, pine or oyamel forest, desert, Vizcaíno desert and Guerrero Negro desert. Mountains, the Sierra Madre del Sur and the Eje Volcánico pass through Guerrero. The highest hill in Guerrero is the Teotepec Hill. Lakes, Laguna Mitla, rivers, balsas, Papagayo, among others. The three regions that make up Guerrero and its agriculture are the mountain, Tierra Caliente, and the coast. Guerrero's agriculture is based on corn, copra, coffee, and mango, but sadly, only 20% of the population work in this area.
According to INEGI, the total population is 3,533,251 people, of which 51.9 are women and 48.1 are men. Talking about level of education, 2015 had an average level of education of 7.7, below the national average of 9.1, and a high rate of illiteracy of 13.6, compared to the national total of 5.5. The most important languages in this region are Nahuatl with 136,681 people, Mixteco with 133,147 people, Tlapaneco with 90,443 people, and Amuzgo with 34,601 people. Talking about cultural things, the dances that stand out in the northern region are the Dance of the Devils, which occurs in the month of September more than anything in Teloapan. In this dance, there are two main characters, Death and Lucifer. The Dance of Tecuanes. This dance is a representation that describes the misdeeds of the tiger, which hunts and kills a deer. So the efforts of several dancers to capture it are represented. In the end, the tiger is killed by the hunters and its fur is devoured by the vultures. This dance is given in the municipality of Huitzuco. And lastly, the Dance of the Moors. It is a remembrance of the bloody battles between Moors and Christians when they were aided by the Crusaders who arrived from all parts of Europe in the year 1212. Moors and Christians carry long machetes that make them collide others, giving the idea of a battle. And now, passing to the most important thing in this work, the food. We know that many of the dishes of Guerrero include seafood, and many others, like on the northern coasts, that they can use products such as pork and goat. The most representative dishes of this state are broth of head of fish, is served on the coastal zone. It's a soup prepared only with the heads of some fish and seasoned with cilantro and onions. Morisqueta, also served on the coastal area, is a dish made with rice and black beans. Plum chile, served on the highlands. This dish is prepared with pork, which is filled with fresh plums and green chilies. Filling, served also in the highlands, is a small pig, which is filled with pineapple slices, olives, potatoes, carrots, and bananas. The stuffed pork is baked for about 12 hours and then accompanied with tortillas and rice. Grasshoppers is a dish prepared with seasoned grasshoppers, clubbed pork, fried in cilantro broth, cumin, and garlic. Well, I am very hungry, so I'm gonna prepare one of these dishes because Guerrero has many dishes that make a great time. Food is love, you know. In Guerrero, the most important celebration, cultural celebration, is the processions of the Holy Week, and is most celebrated in Tasco. These processions of the Holy Week include dramatizations that revive the Passion of Christ. Added to these are fraternities composed of people who self-flagellate to remember the suffering of Jesus before his death. These celebrations is from the Catholic religion, and most of the significant things is that in that Holy Week you cannot eat meat or pork because you are taking like the suffering Jesus passed, and now you are living that suffering, and you are not going on some devil things by eating meat. And last but not least, the current governor of this beautiful state is Héctor Antonio Astudillo Flores, for the coalition formed by the Institutional Revolutionary Party and the Green Ecologist Party of Mexico for the period 2015-2021. And with this, knowing that the coalition PRD is now out of the power because they were governing about 12 consecutive years. This period is of 6 years.
Now we're gonna talk about economics. First, we need to know that Guerrero is one of the 3 poorest and marginalized of the country. The principal factor is the tourism. The principal cities are Chilpancingo, the capital of the state, Zihuatanejo, and Tasco, better known as the Triangle of the Sun. Acapulco contributes to the local GDP with 25%. The second factor are the remittances that come from immigrants of the United States of America. The bank branches with the biggest resources are the ones that receive the remittances. Third factor is the government of the state, with the economic spill contributing with 13%. They can implement construction works contributing with 12% and services contributed with 28% to the income state. These also implement a better economic flow. Guerrero had a lot of agriculture work of 85% of the communities. For example, they are big exporters of melons, lemons, and watermelons for the United States, Canada, and Asia. Guerrero counts with a big number of mines of gold and silver. These ones are the illicit activities. Now, if we count the illicit activities, then is the agriculture of Amapola.
Guerrero's PIB is considered to be in a low scale if we compare it to other states of Mexico, and it contributes with the 1.4% of the national PIB. The extraction of metals in Guerrero land are silver, zinc, oil, iron, and sometimes mercury. The farming industry in Guerrero is very important because, thanks to the weather, a specific type of grass is able to grow in that land, and that helps the alimentation of animals. This industry generates a lot of jobs, and the majority of the state's food comes from porcine and goat cattle.